Hello, beautifuls. In this time of radical transition and transformation, not only people, but structures are changing. And during this process, it can either be fear-provoking or exciting, depending where your mindset is at. And that's what I want to share a little bit today about our mindset, because in this place where things are shifting, there is so much information coming to light for the public to access that had been restricted before, or select few people had it. And when that was shown to the public, it was first categorized as radical thinking, conspiracy thinking. But it is now there, open for everyone to see, published and documented by authorities. Yet, many people refuse to accept it. They refuse to even see it or that it exists. And that is, of course, their right to have that mindset. However, when we are talking of levels of consciousness, those that have risen to a higher awareness or higher level of consciousness, it sometimes is tricky, because we want them to see so desperately. We want them to come forward with us. And the truth is, and one that we don't talk about very often, is not everybody is going to awaken. Not everybody is going to move forward into the new earth and into the higher consciousness and new transition. That is not their journey in this lifetime. And although that idea might be painful to us, it's a reality. Those that we love dearly might not wake in this lifetime. And so our job is not to try to drag them with us kicking and screaming, because what that's going to do is that's going to lower our vibration. And in that place where we lower our vibration, there's a tendency that we can get pulled back in. Not only that, if many of us allow our vibration to sink lower, that will slow the process of the collective consciousness. And in the place where we truly love these individuals, to fight against them about what they believe will only keep them stuck, will only keep them in the darkness, keep them blind. But whereas if we treat them with loving compassion and kindness, I mean, we have to agree with them, doesn't mean we have to support them, but we can still hold them in our loving. They are more likely to change. And so our mindset, which is the only one that we can control and we can be responsible for. Sorry, I'm enjoying my coffee while we're having this conversation. Hope you are too. Is our job is to hold the vision of what we're working towards, what we know is coming, that beautiful new earth, that society of love, peace, honor, respect, and well-being. And to hold that vision in every task we do, in every interaction we have with every person. We can think of it sort of as an illustration, or I'll share, an illustration to help us realize. In the place where somebody is holding so fast to their belief, it's like, and we know we can't save them. It's like a burning building, right? There's a building that's burning, and there's a time frame in which we can go in and we can retrieve something and pull it out. Be that a person or a thing. But then there's a time where there's no going back in. None. We have to literally just leave the building, leave everything behind. And that's what we're being asked to do. We're being asked to leave this whole 3D matrix dimension behind and to hold fast what we know is coming. Now, that does not mean that we're ignorant to what's happening, that we ignore what's happening around us. Absolutely not. Everything in our spiritual journey is about balance, right? We need to be aware on some level of what's going on, but we don't need it to occupy our energy. We don't need to put our energy into it. You know, I remember at the beginning of this transition, I had one friend who was like, I have to understand what's going on. I have to know what's going on in order so that I can plan my steps. And in that place, got so caught up, did not even realize that they were being in a place of fear. And for 2 years, they were pretty much stuck in a place of fear. And it happened to me. When the whole thing started too, I was like, oh yeah, okay, this information, and how do I move forward? And the truth is, if we are aligned with our heart and our mind in that place of higher consciousness, we'll know what to do, what's coming. We will act from a place of consciousness. We don't need to be engaging the mind to know exactly what we're going to do next, because that automatically happens when we sink into that heart space. So too when we're dealing with our friends and relatives who are refusing to see. As long as we sink into that heart space, we will know exactly what to say, what to do, and how to interact with them. I thank you so much for listening to this perspective. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love what I do with all of my being, and you being here helps me do that. So if you'd like to continue supporting that, I'd really appreciate a like, or if you think it might resonate with somebody, a share. And thank you as always for the subscriptions, and to those of you who donated. I am deeply grateful. And until we speak again, please be well.